Geek Beef. My name is Andy Beef.
I'm Steve Beef.
And this is Geek Beef Entertainment.
Yes, it is.
Welcome to another great week of geek beefiness and excitement and fun and news. We got news.
News, like personal news or just news
Just
in
like
general?
In general news.
In news,
about
general
entertainment
news.
and
Yes.
things.
This actually, it's not been, I don't feel like, an overly active week as far as what we usually cover, which has pretty much been Marvel and Star Wars, which has not been as prevalent, but fine. But yeah, I think the big news that came out this week that was kind of the shocker was...
And that was not a Spider-Man reference.
Not a Spider-Man reference. Was the cancellation of another Netflix original series.
Which one?
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage
Now-
is canceled.
No, I'm not going to do the woo, because this is the one I don't totally understand, because I liked Luke Cage.
Yeah.
I don't think you were as much of a fan
I didn't
of it
really
as
get
I
into
was.
Luke Cage.
I enjoyed
But it was better than Iron Fist, which
Yeah.
they
So
essentially
I
canceled.
felt season 2 of Luke Cage was definitely a step up from the second half of season 1 of Luke Cage, which I think is the general consensus. The second half of the first season was bad. The first half was really, really good. I thought it was just going up. I thought the Bushmaster was a really compelling villain and well acted. I thought there was a lot going for it. And when it was announced that it was canceled, I was pretty shocked. Now, I think early speculation would be...
Thanos killed them.
Yeah, it's Thanos. That's
Thanos,
all it was.
It was Iron Fist and Luke Cage that were taken.
Yeah, Iron Fist. Thank you, Thanos, for your contribution.
We appreciate it.
To the world.
Let's give Thanos a hand. Thank you, Thanos.
Thank you. For
Because of
Iron
you,
Fist.
we don't have
But
to
how
put up
dare
with that.
you with Luke Cage?
Yeah.
No,
What's wrong with you?
what is wrong with you? Now, do I think that the Disney streaming service is probably going to be picking some of this stuff up.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. I mean, they've got to be working towards something here.
I would have to
like,
imagine.
okay, these are our shows, our names. Let's pull it away from Netflix.
Yeah,
if
it
we
would
can.
only make sense. Why, if they're not going to be releasing any more of the Marvel movies or Star Wars movies onto the Netflix platform, because everything's going to this Disney streaming service, then it only makes sense that the rest of the Marvel stuff will probably end up on the Disney streaming service. More of a reason to get it, but will Netflix let go of their flagship show right now with Daredevil? Not saying it's the only good Netflix show, because that's definitely not true, but
it's a big one.
It's a big
Huge
one.
hit. I don't know what licensing they have for how long that might be going for.
That's what I don't understand either. And I mean, that's probably research we could have done for this, is like with their licensing, but like how to even look into that. Probably just a quick Google search, I would have to imagine, is how's the Disney license work with Daredevil with Netflix. But with how well Daredevil Season 3 has been received and how good it truly is Netflix just going to let go of Daredevil?
I'm curious, because it seems like the Defenders are gone. There won't be another season.
I'm almost positive that will be an announcement at some point, if it even needs to be an announcement that Defenders is not coming back.
Now, Jessica Jones, they did announce there was a third season of that in the works.
And also a
We don't
Punisher
know if
Season
that's
2.
canceled. Yeah, and Punisher Season 2. We don't know if either of those have been touched yet, or if it was all just the two that we currently have, which there was never anything announced for these two. So that was easy to put them down, you know?
Exactly.
Hopefully they continue what they have, what they're working on. Again, Daredevil Season 3 just came out, and that's been going pretty well.
It's, I think, universally well received.
Yeah.
I've
let's
heard
transition into that.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us have finished it yet. We're well
No,
way through.
let me say, in general, what I've seen of this season, I would probably chalk it up to being the best season of the show. It's really well done, well written, really engaging. The villain, two villains. I mean, Kingpin is amazing.
Yeah.
Like Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk.
It's the best.
He is frightening. But there's not a movie that
I think his Kingpin is, like, in my opinion, one of the best villains that they have in the Marvel Universe. How well he's made, how well he's received. Mm-hmm. It's like they made this character that you actually like, but he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
You're like, I love this guy. He's the worst, but he's good at being the worst. And I appreciate that. I don't know.
It's he has to monologue no matter what the situation is.
And everything he says has that pause in it.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, he's got a very specific way of speaking, vernacular, I guess, and how he what.
And you never know when he's gonna snap. You just
that's the thing that makes
you wait for him to be talking to someone and him just be like, Radish!
Yeah, and that's the thing that makes him so unnerving as a villain. I feel like only Vincent D'Onofrio, because I never felt like that was necessarily Kingpin in other mediums that we've seen him in. Like, he was always a brute strength kind of guy. Yeah. But Vincent D'Onofrio almost brings this more of a psychotic.
Yeah, well, it's a sense of fear that you can. You can feel it like it's a realistic sense of fear. That you're like, I don't want to ever see this guy or ever come face to face.
No, because he's legitimately like a psychopath. Yeah. Like, whereas I feel like, so you look at Michael Clark Duncan's Kingpin from the Daredevil movie, which was really good. I like Michael Clark Duncan, but it's more of your like traditional, like he's the crime boss that can handle things with his fists as well. But like I never got the sense that he was just going to let loose on anybody at any time, and like that is Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, and it's so
and he has like,
unsettling.
That's how he's done in the show, and
from season 1.
And this season, it's just watching it. He's controlling everything that's happening throughout the season. We don't want to go too deep into.
I don't want to get into spoilers yet. I think we'll wait another week.
But man, there has been some pretty intense stuff this season.
So good. Bullseye.
Hallway battles. Gotta love the hallway battles.
It wouldn't be Daredevil without a hallway battle.
But man, this one has some of the best hallway. There's a prison scene. Oh my gosh.
If you see Daredevil in a hallway, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't want to mess with him.
No.
Don't mess with a guy wearing a mask covering his eyes in the hallway. Lesson learned.
You know, going into this season, I was a little bummed because I like the Daredevil suit that they had kind of rigged up for him, and seeing him go back to like the black. It's got to end with it, you know. He's got to end with it on again, right? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't made it that far yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
But it really hasn't like upset me as much as I thought it would. Because of how well
I don't mind. I said to Beefy Beef, this is one of those shows that with superheroes that you don't care if they're outside of their costume. Matt Murdock is just as interesting, if not more interesting, than Daredevil himself.
Yes.
And that's what's so amazing about this show is you love Matt Murdock as a lawyer, a blind lawyer, playing his part with all of his senses. And it's just awesome seeing that play out and continue to play out even up to this season.
Yeah, and I think in the incorporation of Sister Maggie as more of a sounding board for him, that's added another layer to this season. I've really enjoyed their interactions with everything that I've seen. I don't know what lies in store for her. Because you just never know. You never know when Kingpin's going to just show up.
Some people might know.
But we'll see. Well, I'm sure most people are at that point. So yeah, but yeah, I think the addition of some characters, I mean, just the regular cast of characters too is great.
The new FBI agent,
Nadeem.
I love him.
Agent Nadeem.
Great character.
Yeah, that was kind of like one of the things that caught me off guard.
In the first episode.
I
was like, wait, are we still watching Daredevil?
I felt the exact same thing. I'm like, what is this show right now? Because it's like talking about like financial struggles and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, what?
But once it phased in, you knew exactly what was happening.
He's like, a very likable character. Yeah, very likable character. I mean, hard-nosed at first, but as he uncovers what's happening, you like him.
Yeah. Really cool.
And he's just, he plays that part very well. Got to talk about Bullseye.
Let's do it.
Holy cow.
Bullseye has been awesome.
Bullseye.
Just the backstory they're doing to create for this character.
He might be the best character.
It's so awesome.
Yeah. Having him pitted against Daredevil this season has been just unbelievably amazing.
It's so cool. That fight scene?
Their very first fight scene. Yes.
It's like the coolest thing ever.
Holy cow. It was finally we got to see somebody at Matt Murdock's level.
Yeah.
We got to see somebody that is almost his doppelganger. It was, and how it's played with Bullseye wearing the Daredevil suit. Like the one that we've seen throughout season 2 and into Defenders. Like, Matt's no longer in that
He looks
suit.
great in the suit. So
I looked at him and I'm like, oh, he would have been cool as Daredevil as
that's
well.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, and he's a good actor. The kid
Yeah.
that they have playing Bullseye in this, man, he's really, really good. Very intense.
Yeah, and the way that they've just presented the background story for him has been really cool. Going through Kingpin's mind to develop this backstory. Then when he showed him as a little kid, he's got the little bullseye on his baseball cap.
Yeah.
When we got to the fight scene, Bethany Beef asked me, she said, what's this? Does this guy have like a villain name? I was like, Bullseye. She goes, oh, that's fitting.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Did they make it clear how he came about? Like, because his comic book origin is not. He doesn't really have a superpower. He's just extremely accurate.
Really accurate.
Is there anything that ever like explain that, or is it just like he's just got this
I
ability?
don't think so. No, he's just extremely
It's
talented.
really cool to watch on screen. I'm sure most of you that are watching our show have already watched that show, so we're just preaching to the choir at this point. But man, season 3 of Daredevil has not disappointed at all. This is my one complaint, and it really doesn't. It has nothing to do with the actors, because the only bad actor on that show is Foggy Nelson.
Seriously?
He's terrible. Fulton Reed, go back to slap shots with the Mighty Ducks, son. All right.
I love Foggy Nelson.
I think he's.
I love his character.
His
I love
acting,
the cheesiness of it. I love the way he presents his parts. His acting is awkward at points, and it feels cheap, but it also shows his character.
Yeah.
I have a friend that he reminds me of, and my friend, I think I was telling you about him, when his normal life person, I swear he's acting all the time who he is, but it's not. He's just himself, and that's what I feel like Foggy Nelson is. He's just this character, and it makes sense because Foggy Nelson as a person isn't this big, I'm going to go out there and talk to all these people type of thing, get in your face.
Yeah.
But then he does, and he pushes it out, and it comes off as an act, which I think that it's cool the way
I just don't like him. I don't think he's convincing as an actor. Overall, I think a lot of his lines seem forced, especially when he's fine when he's quiet. And he's just like, he's having a regular conversation with somebody, like when he's talking to Marcy or something about. But as soon as he gets like revved up, it sounds like a kid doing a stage play. Like his breathing does like that, like real like, and then like it's like awkward.
Well,
almost.
his lines are written well, so
that's the only thing that he's got going.
He's
for
written
him.
real well. If you don't like him as an actor, so.
About Foggy, that's my only complaint actor wise. I mean, I could take it though, because everybody else around him is amazing. I think. What's her? Karen Page. I mean, I know her. I can't think of it. It's like Deborah and.
Well, you just called Foggy Nelson Fulton Reed, so.
Fulton Reed. Fulton Reed's not his real name, actually.
It's his Mighty Ducks.
It's his Mighty Ducks name. Slapshot. But the only thing I don't like about any of these Netflix series is that they're too long.
Seriously?
Yeah, 13 episodes is way too long.
I like the length. I like the character development. There is, I think you're in a point in the middle of it, episode 5 and 6.
Yeah, it's just...
Or 6 and 7,
gets
where it slows
bogged
down a lot, and they just build up on story.
But all of them...
I love that.
But they're all guilty of it. Every one of them is guilty of it, is like, oh, we got like this 13-episode thing, so let's utilize all 13 episodes. And yeah, you do get more backstory. I understand that. But it's slower paced. Whenever you spread something out to 13 episodes, and they're an hour each, it's going to get bogged down by the pacing of everything, which is fine. A lot of people are like, that's cool. I want more character development. I want this. I like movies. I'm a movie guy more than I am a television show guy, especially like hour-long dramas. And
I'm the opposite of that.
Yeah.
I prefer a nice, long drama TV show that's drawn out over a movie that can't hit all the points it needs
to.
To.
Each their own. That's fine. I like a story being more succinct and like precise with storytelling. And
a sum up. Like a movie is always a good sum up of things to be.
Exactly. But I understand what Daredevil is. I understand what all these shows are. And there's never once where I didn't finish a show that I started in all of these. But I would say that's the only thing that I think this show suffers from a little bit. And I would have to say that somebody has to agree with me on this one, is that it bogs down in the center because there's so much there's just so much extra dialogue that you have to throw into, extra scenes that you have to throw into it to make it all come out into one 13 episode long season.
Yeah.
Even with Punisher, as
I can understand
great
that.
as that show
again,
was.
I enjoy it. So
Yeah, and that's fine. As great as Punisher was, I love Punisher. I thought it was that was like the tops for me.
but again, it had its lagging points. where
It
slowed
lagged
down.
in a lot of places. But
What do you think?
what do you think? Comments below. What do you think?
Do you think these shows should be shortened slightly to account for the dead space within them, or
I'm saying like go from 13 to 10 episodes, and that would do it.
it wouldn't hurt it? I think
No.
they'd still be able to pull it off.
We're talking
but
about. Yeah.
I don't mind it either way. I mean, we're binge watching them anyways.
We talk about
Don't kill our binge that quickly.
Yeah.
Netflix.
3 less hours is not going to hurt anything because you'll take out all the unnecessary stuff. Anyway, moving on. Other things going on in the world of entertainment, news.
Pepper Potts.
Is that what you want to talk about next?
Pepper Potts. Boop. A new picture of Pepper. Do that again.
Pepper Potts.
Pepper Potts.
We have a first picture of Pepper Potts in the rescue armor for the new Avengers.
How exciting! It's about time we
Movie.
get to see more Pepper Potts.
Yeah, are you excited about
I
that?
don't know. I like.
You like Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yeah, I like
I don't
Gwyneth
like it. I
Paltrow.
don't like her.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan.
he doesn't like Foggy Nelson either.
Yeah, but nobody likes Foggy Nelson. I don't know if that's true. I don't have a problem with her as Pepper Potts. I'm fine with it. Do I think that she needs
Do you think
to be?
it's too much that they're adding in another?
Why do we need rescue?
Another hero?
Like, why do we need rescue? Do we really need another superhero added to this?
I think it's the fact that currently there's big demand for female superheroes.
But we got Captain Marvel is going to be like a centerpiece of this whole movie.
You got
Wasp.
Marvel, you got Wasp, you got the Black Widow movie coming up. She's already
Yeah.
played a huge part in the Avengers films.
And we already know that Captain Marvel and Wasp shot a scene together. They talked about it. I think it was like either on Twitter or something. They alluded to that they filmed a scene fighting together. So I mean, I think we got plenty.
Well, you gotta look at Pepper Potts. She's already wore the Iron Man armor before. She's already tried the superhero thing, saving people. She's experienced true power, so she can't not help out in the case that the world is ending. You know,
But I think
or the world has ended.
the world has ended. What we're getting in this new Avengers movie, from everything that I've gathered, is that this is taking place. This is a jump ahead 5 years.
Really?
Yeah. This is a jump ahead 5 years because they've already announced that they've cast a girl to play Scott Lang's daughter as a teenager. Which kudos to you. You made it through the snap. That's really great. Good for you. But yeah, so like yeah, they've added a lot of things to the movie that would make it seem like now what I would assume is going to happen is that everything's going to come back to the normal time after it's all done. Well, I think that what it's going to happen is it's all going to come back to the normal timeline because if we're getting Far From Home and Peter's in high school, then it's going to be that. So I think what we're going to get is a lot of undoing of the future that we're going to see in what's presented at the very beginning of Avengers, and you're going to end up back in the normal timeline, probably without Tony Stark
We'll
at
see.
the end of it. That's
I'm
my
curious if what they'll
assumption.
change. If they'll use this as an opportunity to reboot the MCU and bring in new heroes, or change the history or the dimension of the current universe.
I don't.
Will they swap out certain characters with their current comic book versions of them, or what
Yeah.
will they do? I don't know.
I don't think they'll ever undo what's already been done because I think that would just put such a damper on everything that's been achieved in the past 10 years.
I think they did that when they killed everyone at the end of.
Well, that wasn't as much of a
Avengers
damper because you look at that and I think any reasonable, logical person would say, oh, yeah, Black Panther's coming back. Oh, yeah, Spider-Man's coming back. Oh, yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy are definitely coming back.
Well, that's the other big thing that Marvel apparently hasn't been putting up a big case that they really. It's not even a big deal what happened at the end of Infinity War,
Exactly.
because
It's like
hey,
and they
you
actually
already know
said
everyone's gonna come back,
that
so.
this next Avengers movie is actually going to have a far greater impact than Infinity War. It's going to be a lot more devastating than Infinity War. I'm like, how could it be more devastating?
the only thing that could make it more devastating is if they kill Thanos. We love Thanos.
I do love Thanos. I think he's fantastic. That's one of my favorite parts of the whole.
Brush Jolin. He finally found his piece.
Did. He's very good.
And they want to ruin that for him.
Yeah. Whatever.
Get the guy a break.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Cut
worked
some
hard to get
slack.
them stones in the matter of a couple hours.
Yeah. That was it. Yeah, it was 2 hours.
What?
Very.
What took him so long to make this decision that he was going to go after the Infinity Stones?
It was
he
like
organizing?
Waiting for the perfect time. Everything had to line up.
Yeah, but how did he know? It's not like he's Doctor Strange and had the Time Stone or could see the future.
Oh, he can. Boy.
All right.
I don't know how it all works.
I like that. Who was that?
That was Thanos.
Oh, that was good.
Remember he says it's a Ronin? Your politics bore me, boy.
Ronin. Sounds like some kind of cheese.
Yeah.
I'll have the 6-inch chicken bacon ranch with Ronin.
So, also, we have one last thing we wanted to talk about.
Star Wars. Let's talk about
Wars.
Star Wars.
Nothing but Star Wars.
Disney owns Star Wars, and they're creating a new Star Wars theme
Star
park
Wars.
in
Yeah, they
both
are.
Orlando and California. But I think they're doing Orlando first,
Orlando first, yeah.
and it looks awesome. There were some
2019.
pictures. It might cover my face, the big picture, so you can get some good look. So you might not be able to see us right now, but those are the pictures. Check out the Millennium Falcon right there.
Yes.
Bing! You might have already heard that. Bong! All right. Boo! So, Star Wars.
This is one of the things I'm most excited about
so
because I'm
excited.
taking my family to Disney in 2020.
I'm going to take my kids to Disney in 2020.
We'll see you guys there.
Dude.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, so beginning of 2019, they're actually going to be, not the beginning, I'm sorry, May, I think, of 2019 is when they're officially opening the Star Wars part of, I almost said MGM Studios. It's now Hollywood Studios. It's been Hollywood Studios for a decade. They're going to be opening up that section of the park.
It's going to be awesome.
That's going to be incredible. Something I think that's going to make lines super long at Hollywood Studios for a very, very long time. It's going to be easy to get around the Magic Kingdom now.
Find a good time of season to go when
I know.
everyone's not there. I don't know.
Yeah, we're planning on going.
I just want to go aboard the Millennium Falcon.
That's all I care about.
I mean, they're building a full-size Millennium
They are.
Falcon.
It's a full-size replica of the Millennium Falcon that you get to tour. All I want to do is sit in that cockpit and get a picture of jumping into hyperspace. That's all I care about. I think that's anybody that is a Star Wars fan.
I need that.
That is the very thing that we've always
I need
needed.
that.
I need it too. And now they're talking about also, in addition to, maybe you didn't hear about
I heard about this today.
Did you? About Indiana Jones?
No, that's different than what I heard.
Oh, see?
You go on about Indiana Jones.
I'm also a massive fan of Indiana Jones and that franchise. Obviously, the long gestating fifth installment of Indiana Jones is still up in the air, and I don't know what they're waiting for. Harrison Ford to turn 80, 90, 100 years old before they actually start filming that, which was like the only...
Hopefully it happens before he kills himself in an airplane or
Yeah,
helicopter
please
accident.
just let them make this movie before something happens to Harrison Ford. I love you, Harrison Ford. You're my favorite actor of
stop
all
flying
time.
things around.
Please stop flying things. But they've also announced possibly adding, in addition to the Star Wars park, a small Indiana Jones park.
I hope there's somewhere that we can run away from a boulder.
That's all.
We should make like an Indiana
If there's
Jones
two things that I've
adventure.
ever wanted to do, it's run away from a boulder
And
and
get hit
step
by
into
it.
the Millennium Falcon. However you
Falcon.
want to say it. If you want to say it like you're a British person,
Well, it depends if
Falcon.
you want to say it like
Han.
Lando Calrissian or if you want to say it like Han or Han Solo.
Han. No, so they're talking about also, in addition to the Star Wars park, a
Marvel.
possible-
Did you hear
park?
about the Marvel one? They
No.
talked about it today. They're going to be working on a MCU version of Disney Park.
How is that possible? I thought they didn't even have rights to.
Well, apparently they do now, so
Oh,
they're working on plans and ideas
Disney.
for a Marvel park.
Disney, just tap into my veins and take the money that I have. I will be there forever. Yeah, that's the one thing that's been missing from the parks, and I know that's always been a licensing issue because Universal has the theme park rights.
Right.
To
I remember that, and then it
Marvel.
changed, and I think it came back. I remember going when I was
Universal
young.
still has it.
I remember when I was younger. We went and they had like the Hulk roller coaster, and they had a Spider-Man ride.
Yes.
And the next time we went, they were gone.
And they're
And
still
apparently
there.
they brought them back. Well,
Yeah.
they have the rides, but they weren't the Hulk or
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
It was
anymore.
weird
They
because
changed them.
I took my kids to Disney last year, And when we were at the airport, like Orlando Airport, if you've been there before, they have lots of shops inside of it. And it was weird because we go past the Disney store and there's like barely any MCU stuff. And then all of the Marvel stuff was in the Universal store. I'm like, this does just not, I mean, walls of Spider-Man, which I was excited about because I'm a massive Spider-Man fan. But it's kind of always been that odd thing of trying to figure out, okay, like, when is Disney allowed to get the rights to feature a lot of these characters? Because for the longest time they haven't been allowed to have any of these characters in costume in the park because Universal owns the rights to it.
Right.
So but I'm so excited about the Star Wars park. It's just gonna be cool, like to walk around and like there's just gonna be like
it's gonna
droids.
be cool to walk through Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, they said there's gonna be droids.
Sit down at the
operating.
cantina. I hope they have people dressed up as aliens
Yeah.
playing the music in the cantina.
That'd be great. Yeah.
They should have like live cantina shows of different
Max
types
Rebo.
of bands and Max Rebo.
Yeah. That's his name.
No, I know Max Rebo.
Okay, just making sure we're on the same page. Yeah, but
Teamto.
yeah, but to have
Names
all
of Star Wars.
all of that featured in the Star Wars park, also droids roaming free, lots of really cool stuff.
I wonder if I can get a job as a droid, a gonk droid.
That's all you want.
You think I could fit inside of a gonk droid suit? Dong, 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 dong,
Yeah,
dong, dong. Yeah, I got it. I
yeah.
got this.
That could be.
That's my tryout, Disney. Hire me.
Anyways,
that's all that we have for today.
that's all we have.
If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Please subscribe. We always forget to say that, but do it.
We need you to
want you to subscribe. We want you to
Desperately.
get our videos when we upload them. We now have Geek Beef collectibles. So
Yeah.
if you want to check out some statue unboxings,
See
and
all
action
the
figures.
amazing things that are around us.
Don't you want to
Close up.
see these close up? Check out Geek Beef
Pointing at me.
collectibles.
I'm going to be on the Lazy Susan.
He's going to be on the lazy Susan. We're going to spin him around and photograph him close up. Also, check us out on Facebook,
Instagram.
YouTube, where you are now,
Currently.
and geekbeef.com.
That's our home.
We are all across the internet.
And I know I promised last week that I would have Beef the Box up and running this week. That didn't happen. I'm sorry. It is going to happen. I'm not going to put another date on it just because my life is chaotic right now. I'm Steve Beef,
And I'm Andy Beef.
and this is Geek Beef.
Bam! Good! That was good. My name's Andy Beef.
I'm Steve Beef.
Let's do it again. Those words with your hands. You say Steve Beef first.
I'm Steve Beef.
And I'm Andy Beef.
And this is...
My name's Andy Beef.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
My name is Andy Beef.
Dude, I can't do it like right then. I wasn't... No, okay. I'm Steve Beef.
No, I just did the thing with my hands.